back to my channel. It's Marcy from Marcy Reads, and I am here to finally do the Booktube Newbie Tag. So before I get started with that, I'm still trying to come up with a schedule for filming and uploading and all of that. So I did miss like a few days this week without posting anything, but I'm just trying to get a hang of it and trying to build a schedule or create a schedule for Booktube. So please forgive me for that if there's like a lack of inconsistency, but I'll get it together. So if you hear any background noise, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, let's get started. So I do have the questions on my phone, so I will be looking on my phone to see what question comes up. And that light back there is blinding me. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? And the reason why I started this channel is because I really do love reading like everybody else on Booktube. And even though my husband does read or did read at a point in time, he really doesn't read a lot now. And even if he did, we really don't have the same tastes in books. And I really don't know many or any people at all really that like to read. So I just thought I would come on here and just find like-minded people to share books and stories and just be part of the community, meet people and talk about books and love for books and how great books smell and how wonderful it is to go to a bookstore or a library. So yeah, that's why I wanted to start this channel. Question number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I don't know about fun, or I don't know, I guess my personality or my sense of humor. I'm not very creative, so I don't know, and I know that's a question further on, but I guess just my personality and just my uniqueness, you know, because there is only one of us in the world, so that is unique enough, just bringing yourself. So that's what I'm bringing. It's myself. Question number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm just excited to get on here and just talk about books. I mean, you know, and interact. That's, I think, mostly what I'm excited for, is just to interact and meet like-minded people. And just talk about my favorite books. Question number 4, why do you love reading? As I said earlier, I'm not a very creative person, so I feel that reading is my creative outlet as far as imagination goes. I love just reading about other places. I love reading about other people, fictional, obviously. I mean, I like nonfiction too, but mostly fictional, and just creating these scenes and these thoughts in my head. I think that's why I love reading so much. And just escaping from everyday life, or yeah, just escaping and going into another world, or going into the mind of another person, because obviously somebody else wrote this and it's in their creativity and in their imagination. So it's just diving into somebody else's imagination. It's just, I find it incredible. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? I've always loved reading, and I think that at a very young age, I want to say 3rd grade, when we started actually, when we actually started reading books, you know, as a class, and really diving in and words from the books and all of that. And I remember reading Island of the Blue Dolphins when I was in elementary school, and I fell in love with it. I remember reading, there was another one, I forgot, but I've always loved going into book fairs at school at a young age, and just always loving the feel of a book, the smell of a book. So I don't think it was an actual, maybe I could say Island of the Blue Dolphins, or there was another one we read and I really can't think about it, and I'm sure I have it somewhere in my belongings since 3rd grade. Yes, I still have those books. But yeah, I was just, I've always had a love for reading. Do I always read? Have I continued reading from 3rd grade here? Definitely not. Definitely not. I've definitely taken breaks, and I think my last break was before I started reading this year. I took a couple years off, so that's why I'm a little bit backed up in the books that I'm reading. So, okay. Next question, number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't know. I don't think I would ask them anything. I mean, not to sound anti-social, which I am, but I don't think, you know, hey, you want to read a book with me? That's probably what I would ask them. Hey, let's buddy read a book. That's probably what I would ask. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Like I said earlier, I'm not very creative, so I don't think that I can really like come up with my own kind of videos. You will probably see a lot of videos here that are just going around booktube as it is. I'm not very creative, and it's actually two things that I find challenging, which is the creativity part of creating content, and the other part would be I am horrible at explaining things. So I don't see myself doing very great at reviews. I'm gonna try, but I am horrible at describing things. I'm horrible at explaining things. So let's see how that goes. But those are, and I think those are two really big parts of this community, but I'm gonna try my best. Those are the two parts that I find very, very challenging. And that first part, it's what video do I do next? What, you know, what can I create that's different than anybody else? I think I'm gonna have a very, very hard time with that part. This light is blinding me, and every time I go read a question, I see like dots. Okay. Number 8, when did you start reading? Like I said earlier, at a very young age. I mean, I think it was third grade, but it was second or third grade, somewhere young there, somewhere very, very long time ago. Number 9, where do you read? Normally when I'm at home is when I read. I normally don't take my books anywhere. I don't go anywhere. I homeschool my daughter, so we're always here home. So I mostly read at home, on my couch, on my bed. Those are the only two places that I can think of right now that I've actually read. On my couch or laying on my bed. That's it. And the last question, what kind of books do you like to read? So I hope you guys already know that horror, what a word to say. So I love horror books. I love mysteries and thrillers, like I told you guys in my book haul. I also love fantasies. I also like fantasy. Let me see, what else do I like to read? Up until recently, I didn't even know I loved graphic novels, but I love graphic novels, especially horror graphic novels, you know, like I love dystopian. Oh my gosh. And I think that's mostly what I've read for the entirety, not the entirety, but in my adult time is dystopian. And I think that's how I fell in love with reading again, you know, after a really long slump, was dystopian books. I love dystopian. I love a good end of the world, survival, and if it has some horror elements in there, that's even better. Like y'all know, I love The Walking Dead, and I started with The Walking Dead with the show, and I moved on into the graphic novels. But yeah, let me see, is there anything else? I'm really not into contemporary, I don't know if contemporary and chick literature would be the same thing. I'm not really much into it. I think in this whole year I've read maybe 2 chiclets, I think. But you know, I like more darker series, fantasy elements. I just realized I love Harry Potter. I had not read Harry Potter ever. I started reading Harry Potter a few months ago, and oh, I don't know what took me so long to read it, but yeah, that was it. That was the end of the 10 questions. This was a short and sweet video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. Let me know down below in the comment section what books you like to read, and let me know something about yourself. Introduce yourself to me. If you did like this video, please like and share. All my social media is in the description bar, which is my Instagrams and my Goodreads. I do not have a Facebook. I have a personal Facebook, but that's mostly for playing games. So anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.